Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another video. Today's video is dedicated about where has the NewScapePro been. On his community post, he has posted an update about where he has been during the past 10 years. I will read it to you. I'm sorry that the video is at an angle because of the way I was recording. The audio wasn't recording, so it will make it easier for me. Anyways, let's get into it. Hey, it's Corey. So I'd make a post since it's been 10 years since this channel took off and changed my life forever. Some people think I sold out. Some people think I went to do some pretty neat things. And some people think I straight up died. By the way, if you couldn't tell, I'm still very much alive. I wanted to answer some questions. First, I thought I'd answer the most common questions, but I'll try to get around to any you all write down below. Why did I quit making videos? Things became bigger than just me. For a long time, I was making 20 videos a week, scheduling, organizing, filming, being the face of the camera face, editing, and posting. It was exhausting to say the least. Bringing on my original team all those years ago really saved me from a lot of stress and uncertainty. I ended up taking a seat behind the curtain, which is honestly the best place for me. If you couldn't tell, from the early Sky Media videos, I've never felt all too comfortable on camera. Before all of that, and likely before you subscribed, I made machinimas on here. It was my way of making movies, being the director, and telling a story. I'm proud to say that is still the bread and butter of what NewScape has become. Why did I private the old videos? I honestly pondered this question for some time. I did this of my own selfishness, I admit. Some like the Undertale videos I was honestly embarrassed by. I didn't feel like that's how I wanted people to see me. Some people say I went on to sell out, but all of Undertale was as much selling out as I ever did. I loved the game, but the endless spin-offs and AUs and Who's Your Daddy, quote, I shivered from cringe, was all for views and money. I have been looking into re-uploading the videos I've removed that I still care for, like Bully, Fallout, Horror Story, to name a few, and will get around to it hopefully sometime soon. All of NewScape games, much of NewScape DOS, and several series from this channel I'd be glad to have available for people to watch, enjoy, and feel as much nostalgia for as I do now. Why did I leave Sky Media? I'm sure at this point you have seen the mass of horror stories on Twitter. When I was job offered at Sky, I dropped out of college and moved from New England to Seattle, all in about a week. It was my dream to make YouTube my career, and opportunity had not. I ended up leaving barely a year after I started at Sky Media because it was an incredibly toxic work environment. I became severely depressed and was engaging in self-destructive behavior. I work around the clock and never felt sure I'd have a job the next day. I didn't fit in with anyone and felt alienated by pretty much everyone other than Nick, quote, SGC, Tim and Jake. I watched Jin have a temper tantrum and kicked his foot through the drywall. People formed cliques and gossip. I received an aggressive and random text message from the boss himself one night which prompted me to say enough was enough and called it quits the next day. Why don't I make videos with the gang anymore? Things sort of fizzled out. I've stayed in touch with uni all along, and I recently got back in touch with Nick Shotsky and talked with Tommy briefly on the phone around New Year's. I'm glad to say it sounds like they're all doing well. I haven't spoken to John or Ashley in a long time. Sometimes people just drift apart. I worked with all of those guys at a time when I felt like the weight of the world was on my shoulders, and I probably didn't treat them as well as a friend should have. I don't want to speak for anyone, but I felt like many of them thought of this as something fun that we were lucky to have be a career, but I treated this as a career first, oftentimes making me irritable and difficult to be around rather than just enjoying the moment. I hold no ill will toward anyone, and I hope they hold none toward me for those stressful times. Once the company moved to Austin, things grew so much, a lot of stuff we once created together became things of the past. I'm glad to see most of them are still having fun and making videos. I really cherish the times we spent together goofing around on Gmod and the forest and all of the other indie games we had the privilege of exploring together. Am I still with Bree? Unfortunately, Bree is no longer my girlfriend. She is my wife! Ha! Get punked! Yeah, I love her to death, and was lucky enough not to screw things up on that front. We live in Denver and have our amazing dog Finn, and are all just enjoying life day to day. We go for hikes, snowboard up the mountains, and have plenty of friends here in Colorado. We're truly happy, and it was a long road to get here, and the future will definitely be tough at times, but we're both grateful for the beginning we had here with you all on this channel. What am I doing now? I still am with NewScape, but I'm very hands-off most of the time. Kay handles the day-to-day operations. I help out with scheduling content and conceptualizing new channels. I spend a lot of my time writing now. I finished an ND comic that we successfully kickstarted back in August. Since then, I've been working on the sequel and some other miniseries, one of which is being published by Mad Cave Studios this December. Writing was always my favorite part of the process, and it's been a lot of fun refining my skills there and making some stories I can truly say I'm proud of. I'll be 30 in January, which is hard to believe. I started making videos when I was only 10 years old. 20 years can go by in a flash. I know how important those years were now, not only for me, but you all as well. When people tell me they grew up on my videos, it's humbling to hope that they can be looked back on and fondly and with the same nostalgia I get when I think about being a kid in my bedroom watching Red vs. Blue and the many machinimas of my youth. I spent so many years being afraid of doing the wrong thing, but doing regardless, thinking that maybe if I did enough, I'd do something right or do something I'm proud of in the end. I was always my own worst critic, something that I still have an issue with today. That's why the videos were removed. It wasn't out of hate for them or the people in them, and surely not the people who watched them. It was just me. I can only imagine how many of you have moved on and will not see this. The hundreds of thousands of people's lives I had some semblance of an impact on. I guess what I would say to those people is thanks for watching. When I was reading this post, it honestly really brought me closure, because when he disappeared and stopped posting all this creepypasta, bully, Fallout, and Undertale videos, so along with his videos with the gang, it really made me question if he had a fallout like Sky Media did with his friends as a whole. Now that I saw this post like a couple of weeks ago, he really did brought closure to all my questions, because it was obviously the most common ones. But it also didn't help that the fact that some of his fans think that he died and or completely stopped making videos as a whole, which is not true. Like right now, like he said, NewScape is still out there making role plays. And it is kind of upsetting to see the fact that he did kind of predict that hundreds of thousands of people haven't seen his community post, because he hasn't been posted or haven't posted in a while. Anyways, this is just to bring closure to any of those fans out there that don't know where he has been or think that he's dead. Anyways, guys, I hope this brought closure to you as it did to me. A little side note, don't be upset that he's gone. be happy for him as he has made it in the YouTube career. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Have a great day.